Hey guys, I hope you're all having an amazing day. So happy Halloween. Woo woo. It is Halloween. For anybody who's excited about that. I'm just trying to pull the cards out because I have to go to the store and I wanted to do this real quick. The energies have been pretty intense lately, like with the clearing and just everything kind of going on. A lot of old patterns are being shown to us. So if you've been kind of stuck in cycles and patterns, they might have been going on for a few years. And so a lot of them are coming to light, and it has to do with your own toxic, thinking and processing and handling stuff, but it also has to do with patterns of like people in your life and situations in your life too. So if there's a lot coming up for you, that's probably why, just like a lot of it's being shown to us right now. So I'm going to do the reading and I'm going to ask for, what do we need to know with the full moon tonight? What do we need to know? What are we clearing? What are we healing? Kind of what's going on with the energies. Anything like that. No. Okay. I guess we're just going to do, I have 4 decks that I pulled out, so I guess we're just going to do a few cards from each of them. We got fighting, morality, the source, maturity. I want to show you the first 2 cards that popped out though. Notice all of the dark clouds and the energies. So to me, immediately what I get is this is you fighting voices in your head. This is overthinking. This is anxiety. This is worrying. And this is you not seeing something clearly. There's something going on. They keep saying illusion to me. There's something going on you're not seeing clearly, right? So it's like, I'm going to put the cards down so I can look at them. And I keep clearing my throat, and I have not cleared my throat all day. So this might have something to do with you needing to say something, communication. Usually if people, when I'm doing readings, if somebody has an issue with communicating and they don't say it, I have to keep clearing my throat when I'm talking to them because I can feel the energy in it. So I almost get the sense like there's things that you need to say that you're not actually saying. But they just keep saying, fighting the voices in my head, fighting the voices in my head. It's like you guys are overthinking and anxious and worrying about stuff. And you're like fighting these thoughts. And it's like, some of you guys might be trying to figure out what the thoughts are. Like, are they fear? Are they, intuition? Are they truth? What is real? What is not real? I get this complete like imbalance of understanding what your thoughts are. And it feels like the thoughts, like it's just like very anxious. It's very, I don't mean dark in the sense like bad. I mean dark in the sense of like just very confused. I'm getting very confused energy, just not fully understanding something, very confused energy. A lot of you guys put blinders on. They're saying like you don't even consciously do it. Like you put blinders on for situations and people. And it's like you kind of hold yourself back because of the thoughts in your head and the fears. So what I'm hearing is like if there's something that you want to do, but you're afraid to do it, because stuff's coming up in your head, do it anyway. Obviously, as long as it's nothing that's going to hurt you or somebody else, or nothing that, as long as it's for your highest good, go and do it. There's nothing to be afraid of, like face your fears. And they're saying now is the time to face your fears. With that being said, we got source and maturity. And I love how these two, they kind of have me separate them. These two are full circles. We have the blue full moon, once in a blue moon. And it's a Taurus moon. And I read this yesterday. This is not for me. I read this yesterday and they said Taurus moon's actually one of the best moons to be under because of financial abundance, but also kind of bringing things up to the surface and dealing with them. And I would say that's actually true as a Taurus. That's actually true for me is I'm always the type of person who's like, let's address this and let's get this handled because I hate dealing with that like wishy-washy shit. Like, let's just talk about it and get it done with and squash it. I don't do that other crap. So it makes sense that I read that. But what I get with this is there's a lot of energy coming your way for a rebirth and they're saying the word recycling. Okay. So just ask, what do you mean by recycling? They're like, something's coming back around, but in a different way. So they've never really said recycling to me, which that's why I asked them, like, that's an interesting word to use. It's almost like you took something, you got rid of it, it changed, whatever happened, and then it's coming back, but it's coming back in a different way. So part of what I'm getting with this is if there's a person or situation, don't compare it to the old. Because not everybody and everything's the same. And just because it maybe seems similar doesn't mean it's the exact same thing. So don't be holding So if you're meeting new people, don't hold past mistakes that other people made against new people. But there's something that they're kind of not telling me about that's very like hush hush secretive. They're doing like a lot of behind the scenes. It almost looks like that. I've talked about this before. It almost looks like the night before, like production, the night before a play, where everybody's kind of running around scrambling and trying to make sure everything's perfect. Like I'm getting that energy from the guides and angels today. Like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on right now. There's a lot going on in the spirit world. It's Halloween. There's a lot going on in the spirit world. So you might be extra sensitive to some of the energies. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself and grounding yourself, processing your feelings, journaling, whatever you need to do. You know, you could say if you feel unsafe, I get somebody who's feeling unsafe. If you feel unsafe, you can wear like a black tourmaline, any black crystals, really hold them. You know, you don't really have anything to worry about, but if you do feel afraid, you know, you could say a prayer to Archangel Michael. He is the angel of protection, or whoever whoever you pray to, you could say a prayer to. So, but you are safe, just so you know. Well, okay, I'm not taking all those. That's a lot of cards. I think like 8 or 10 of them just came out. A lot of cards. Wow, I just flipped. 6 of Ariel just flipped out. Some of you guys might be seeing a lot of numbers or a lot of like signs the last few days and the next few days. So just pay attention to them when they do come out, okay? Or if they do come up. We got, let me put this over here. Divine Guidance, 6 of Ariel, Queen of Michael, the Wheel, 8 of Raphael. All right, we're putting those 2 separate. So with divine guidance, there's something definitely being divinely guided, something that's being guided toward your purpose and your path. What they're saying is you need to be open to receiving. Like all of this is coming in and it's slowly coming in for most of you. So you'll start seeing it. So like say you're, I'm just going to give you an example to make it a little easier. Say you're starting a business. It's like you'll start seeing money coming in, or like small amounts of orders or small amount of people, or like your followers or builder or something like that. But I'm hearing it's happening very slowly and gradually. For people who are in jobs or relationships or places they're not supposed to be, you're going to start slowly seeing like a decrease with people. Like you're going to start seeing things that you weren't seeing before. But also, I don't know what the fuck that was. Oh my God. But also like, you're going to start slowly pulling the energy. The energy is going to slowly pull you away from places that are not meant for you. But they're saying that you have the intuition, and to follow your intuition and advice, you know what to do and to trust it. They keep saying you're safe and protected. I don't know why they keep saying that. I don't know if it doesn't feel like a safety, like you're worried something's going to break in your house, or a spiritual safety. It almost feels like a safety, like you're worried that your manifestation or a job or a relationship or something you want to happen is not going to happen for you. But they're saying anything that's divinely guided is safe and protected and will happen in the right time. There are lessons or things that need to come up before, and especially if it involves another person, the other person might have their own trials and tribulations and things to go through that don't have anything to do with you. So that could also be why too, somebody else might just be taking longer with this situation. So we got the Wheel and 8 of Raphael. Yeah, so the Wheel is all about a change. The Wheel is to me, it's like, is new beginnings, but it's also like, kind of like when you have all these clouds and all these storms and all this shit that's kind of going on. And it's like the wheel changes to a different direction, to a direction of like happiness and actual change. And so with the 8 of Raphael, it says there's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. And I think one of the other cards said that actually, you know exactly what to do. Material needs get fulfilled in unexpected ways. Yeah. There's something about something with divine timing at work for your situation, but something about you needing to go through a specific journey to get there. And what I'm hearing is like that wheel is about to turn very soon for most of you. And abundance, I'm getting mostly financial, but it can be any type of abundance for you, anything you've kind of been seeking or searching for, whether that's friendships, romantic relationships, or whatever. Like you might, all right, so I'm going to pull the cards as I'm saying. Yeah. As I'm talking about romantic relationships, kindred partnership came out. That's why I'm just like, oh, we're doing this again. Oh, okay. I guess this whole thing's about love. Well, I'm going to tell you the message I got before I pulled the cards with romantic relationships is sometimes you have to go through a few frogs to get to your prince or princess, I guess, you know, if you're a man watching this. It's almost like you have to like step up the ladder is what it seems like. It's like you'll go through one, you'll learn the lesson, then you'll go to the next one to learn another lesson. And it's like just for you to get to that comfortability in that place where you need to be in that fully empowered energy so you can actually match with the person you're supposed to be with. So we got kindred partnership, back and forth, the vast universe, true love, a consciousness of lack. So I'm going to say this as singles because I'm getting single energy. But again, I say this all the time. If you're in a relationship, some of the messages can apply to you, especially if you're feeling distance from your partner. You guys aren't really in the place you used to be where it's like a lot of love energy and all of that stuff. It can apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. It's a general reading. Everything I say is not going to apply to you. So I'm going to say it as singles, but if it applies, obviously it applies. What I'm getting is there are some people who are really wanting this relationship. They're really wanting this, like the 10 of Cups, like the happily ever after, like the romance, the love, like the just all of it. They want all of it. Like literally give it all to me. And it's like this can be you or the person you're thinking of talking to, have talked to, whatever. You know, it's going to be different. Look at these two cards. You got back and forth and lack of consciousness, or consciousness of lack, right? It's like this is going back and forth, like what with your feelings. So this could be you, another person, or both of you. And look at this lack. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. A consciousness of lack. I love how there's gold coins in it too, because I showed you the coins and the other thing. I'm getting this is like a self-esteem, self-worth thing. I'm getting that's what this is. And it's like, you need to get out of this going back and forth energy and just stick with it and trust in it. That's what I'm getting. Just trust in it. Trust in the universe. Trust that this is meant for you. And if you're not meant to be with a certain person, with the vast universe card, what I'm getting is if you're not meant to be with a certain person, that person is going to be pulled away from you. And there's how many people in the world to think that if you had a connection or you had something with one person, you can't have that with somebody else. Like, yes, you can. That's just like a lack of your worthiness, of knowing, of trusting, of having faith and letting things just be. But with the true love card and the consciousness of lack, it almost feels like this is you guys needing to get into, and this can apply to people in a relationship already. It's almost like you guys needing to get into this inner beauty, this true love for yourself, like really valuing yourself, really holding yourself to a high standard and your own worth. And you not sitting onto this, all the things I don't have, you know, like, well, this person didn't do this or this person this, and it's about focusing on you and not other people and not other situations. How am I feeling in this moment? What is it that I'm lacking in this moment that I can give to myself and not get from somebody else? And that's really what it is. And yeah, there are things where you feel lonely and you feel like you need that intimacy and that comfort, but can you get that from a friend? Can you get that in a different avenue where it's not, necessarily a romantic relationship? Can you have conversations with your friends, like deep conversations with your friends, and get that intimacy from them? There are ways to do it. No, it's not going to be the same as a relationship, but it's also at the same point, like where, when you value yourself and you hold yourself to a high esteem, you're not going to settle for less than that. And even though you want that comfort, you're not going to seek it from somebody who's not good for you, who doesn't want you, who only wants comfort too. Like you're going to seek it. You're going to like push them away and only get what you want. I hope I explained that properly or like the right way. Cause in my head, okay, let me try to. I'm giving you an example. If you're looking for comfort from a relationship and you are feeling like lonely, right? When you get into a place of having self-worth and really valuing yourself, you're not going to just allow somebody to come in just to give you comfort. You're going to want somebody to come in, only the type of person who actually values you and wants you, not somebody who's just also looking for comfort. Like, you're not going to settle for less than you deserve. Even though you want the comfort, you're not going to settle for somebody who doesn't see you as amazing, who doesn't see you as awesome, as beautiful, as handsome, as whatever. You're going to only go toward people who value you as much as you value yourself. So if you're not valuing yourself, you're not going to have people coming in that value you. And if you're settling for people who don't value you, it tells you where your value is for yourself. But I'm getting a lot of, and they just said the word twin flame to me. I'm going to say it only because they just said that to me. And I'm really sick of the whole twin flame thing, to be honest with you. I don't even know if I fully believe it anymore, to just be real with it. But they said it to me, so I'm saying it to you. A lot of you guys are in the twin flame energy. If it's true, take it if you believe it. If you don't believe it, I guess it's neither here nor there. Like, both parties are going back and forth in energies. If that is your situation where you're kind of going back and forth, where you think somebody's your twin flame, whether they are or are not, if you think somebody's your twin flame and you keep going back and forth, you know, even if that person is having like a low self-esteem or feels unworthy of your love, it doesn't fucking matter, because you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on self-love. You need to focus on who you are internally and not focus on, you know, this person. Oh, do they love me? Do they not love me? Are they coming back? Aren't they coming back? Like, you don't need to worry about that. If somebody's meant for you, they will find a way, and spirit will find a way to make it happen. So don't hold on to labels and shit like that, because I think that's where it kind of gets us in trouble a lot, where it's like, well, I feel like this person's my soulmate, or I feel like this person's my twin flame. And then that's where you start accepting, you know, shitty behavior because you think you're meant to be with somebody. Don't hold on to people's shitty behavior, okay? If they're showing you how they are and they're behaving in a certain way, trust it, believe it. Words are words. Without behaviors or actions to match it, it's words. Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthfully. Although the fairies say a little bit of what you fancy is fine. I've never pulled that. That's cool. I think that goes with anything, not just eating, alcohol, anything in moderation. Wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps toward making your dreams come true. And temptation. Oh God. All right. I'm going to tell you a message I got before I even read the card. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? The fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever it's, guys. You got two things about that, right? It's like unhealthy eating habits and temptations with unhealthy habits. So what unhealthy habits do you keep holding on to that you keep doing? So when you're upset, how do you handle it? Are you drinking? Are you taking, you know, drugs? Are you eating? Are you having sex? Like, what are you doing when you're feeling unhappy? And that's what you need to focus on changing. With the temptation card, immediate energy I got from this is you're going to be tested. This is coming up. It's not coming up like you're going to fail a test. It's coming up like if you don't handle things in a different way, you're going through the same cycle again. Basically, you're going to go through the same cycle. So, you know, if you need to go through the same cycle to learn more, then you need to go through the same cycle to learn more. It's the same thing like people, they go through school. Sometimes they have to repeat a grade to help them actually get on task so they're not struggling in the next grade. So, you know, if that happens and you have to go through the same lesson again, you have to go through it again. I mean, it is what it is. But here's the thing. Before you make, you know, assumptions, before you go and say or do something, take a few minutes to think about it and don't react out of ego. Don't react out of emotion. Don't react out of ego. Just take a few minutes, take a step back, evaluate it. If you really don't know, you really have like a hard time, say a prayer, ask a friend, you know, ask your guides and angels, can you guys give me help? Can you give me guidance? I'm not really sure what to do. And then, you know, handle it like that. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys. I hope you guys all have an amazing Halloween. I hope this blue moon does awesome things for you. I actually polished my nails blue and like gold for like the blue moon and then the stars and stuff. And then of course one already chipped and I literally just did it. But whatever. So anyway, I hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your day. So much love.